Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're setting up September in my bullet journal. And like last time, since we haven't seen my bullet journal for quite a while, here are the spreads that I did for the last couple of months. The last video I made was an April bullet journal setup, which we saw was a peach theme. Then for May, I was really busy and didn't set up a theme for my bullet journal. In June, I was in a bit of a art block, so I decided to photocopy a picture that my friend painted for me and paste it in my journal, which turned out great. For July, I did a stained glass theme that was heavily inspired by Amanda Rachel Lee. And then for August, I decided to combine my favorite painting by Van Gogh, which is Starry Night, and then fireflies, and I did the theme that you see here. Now for September, since September is my birth month, I decided to do something a little bit more artsy and a little bit out of my comfort zone, but totally my style. So I decided to do a Greek statues theme. And in addition to trying out a new style, I decided to try out a new medium as well. Typically when I make bullet journal spreads, I use water-based markers. Usually I'm using the Crayola Super Tip markers because they have a wide color range and they're really easy to use and they don't bleed through the journal, so they're kind of perfect for bullet journaling. Sometimes I'll dabble in different mediums like painting. I think I've painted in my bullet journal maybe 1 or 2 times, not too often. But this month I wanted to use alcohol markers, so I went to the craft store and I got a couple of alcohol markers to do this theme. Originally, I was planning on using the Artist Loft alcohol markers because, like I said, I was new to the medium, so I didn't want to spend a bunch of money out of pocket and not like the medium. But I tried those markers and I kind of felt like I wasn't good at it. I don't know, the markers, they just weren't working for me for some reason, so I almost gave up on the idea of using alcohol markers, but I went back to the craft store and decided to take the plunge and invest in some Copic markers, and those are game changing. There's a significant price difference between the Artist Loft and the Copic markers, but you can definitely tell that there is a significant difference in the quality as well. I absolutely fell in love with these Copic markers, and when I tell you it's taking everything in me not to spend all of my money on Copic markers right now, the stationery addiction is quite literally a problem. Speaking of stationery addictions, I recently had to stop myself from buying a whole new pack of my outliners. So I went back to school recently and I was getting some school supplies, and I thought to myself I should get a pack of my outliners to keep in my book bag because last semester a couple of my supplies got lost because I let other people use them and then I never got them back. So to keep my stationery stash from diminishing, I was like, let me just buy duplicates of everything that I have. But I'm trying to be financially responsible, so I did not do that. But yeah, I went back to school recently. I have 4 classes this semester. Only 1 class is in person and it's called Cognitive Neuroscience, which I'm really excited for because, as we all know, I want to study neuroscience in my graduate courses. Yeah, so I feel like this course is a really good introduction to that. Honestly, all my classes are really good introductions to what I'm going to be doing in graduate school. I'm taking a course on behavior modification, another course on animal behavior, which I think will be super helpful because I know that typically when you're doing research, you're using animals, well, non-human animals if you want to be specific, but you typically don't get to human trials until further along in your research. So again, I'm getting a good introduction to what I'm going to be doing soon, and honestly I'm so excited. I just finished my first week of school. I vlogged the whole thing, so look forward to that vlog coming out. I think I want that vlog to come out next week actually. Yeah, I'm thinking that vlog will come out next week. But Yeah, my first week of school went by really well. Like I said, I only have one in-person class, so I go to campus on Wednesdays and Mondays. And aside from that, I'm at home or at work. So since I didn't have any work this week, I am focusing a lot on filming and editing. I want to create a stockpile because I really, really, really want to be more consistent in my YouTube. I have about 4 or 5 videos filmed already and they just need to be edited, but I realized that my computer is not super powerful, and trying to edit all these videos kind of doesn't work that well with my computer. So I'm planning to get a desktop, but that's gonna have to wait for a little bit. Like if I get the desktop, it won't be anytime soon. It'll be like in the next 6 months. So I'm just gonna wait for that. Also, in relation to school, this is my last semester of undergrad. I'm so excited actually. I know that in March, I was kind of having an existential crisis over it, but now I'm ready. I'm ready for school to be over with. I'm ready to graduate. I'm ready to move on with my life, and it's gonna be so, I'm so ready to be an adult. Like, I'm an adult, but I'm ready to be like a real adult. Like, pay bills, have my own place. I'm so ready and I'm so excited for what's to come. I think I've talked about this on the channel before, but my plans after graduation are to move to South Korea. I did a study abroad for a year in South Korea and I really loved it there and I have a lot of friends there. So I'm planning to go back there and work for 6 months and then go to school in the fall. There is a scholarship that I'm going for that I can't apply for until February, so wish me luck, please, because I need it. I'm kind of nervous about it, honestly, but I have faith. I have faith that everything will work out for me. But yeah, while I've been talking about other stuff, we finished the drawings for the majority of the spreads. I'm no expert at using alcohol markers, but as a total beginner, some tips that I would give to you are, well, it's not really a tip, just something to keep in mind. When you use alcohol markers, they dry a lot lighter than what they appear to be at first. So if it's not really looking like what you want it to look like, just wait a second, let it dry, and see what it looks like after that, because just wait for the final outcome, you know? Sometimes you just gotta trust the process. So for the cover page, I just stuck that drawing there and wrote September and kind of a loose cursive font. I really considered doing like Greek letters, but I decided against it. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, September is a very special month because it's my birth month and I'm turning 22 this year and it doesn't even feel real. But again, like I said, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to be a real adult. I know most people wouldn't like get this, but I'm so excited to pay bills. Like, yeah, it's weird, but I'm really excited to do it. Also in September, I'm planning on going to the beach, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what I want to do for my birthday. There's not much that I want to do. Either go to the beach or get a tattoo. But I don't know. I know what I want a tattoo of, but I've been looking for artists to do it, and I don't know. I haven't found one that I like yet. Another thing that I was considering was getting a nose piercing, which I really, really, really want one. I'm so scared of not being taken seriously in the medical field, because it's already hard for women to be in the medical field because it's like a male-dominated field, but especially for Black women. And you know, I don't want a nose piercing to be like, oh, look at her, you know. She's a hooligan, you know. But I really want one, so I might get one. We'll see. Okay, moving on to the next spread. This is my like academic dashboard. So I'm doing like a Dutch door, which is basically where you cut one of the pages so you can have a view of all of your spreads at one time. On the left page is where I'm gonna write all of my assignments for the month. On the right of that spread on the Dutch door is part 1 of my study tracker. Then if you flip the page over, there's part 2 of the study tracker. And then after that is the reading tracker. I've done the assignment tracker and the reading tracker before on the channel, so I'm just going to talk about the study tracker. The part 1 of my study tracker is going to be like tracking what hours I'm studying. So I'll just take a marker and mark off from 9 to 12 I was studying this. From 7 to 3 I was studying this, you know? But it's just focusing on the hours I'm studying and which classes I'm studying for. Then part 2 of the study guide is what exactly I was studying, so the concept I was studying, and I'm going to be color coding this by class as well. So maybe my neuroscience class will be green, so on part 1 of the study guide I will use the green to mark off how many hours I'm studying, and then part 2 of the study guide I will write down in green I studied the areas of the brain. I don't know what topics we're going to cover yet, but yeah. Okay, so new stuff in my life. I bought a Stanley. I decided to get into the hype and get a Stanley, and I do like it. I have another water bottle that's similar. It's like I got it from Walmart. It's like the same kind of metal, and it keeps your drink cold for a while. And that water bottle that I got from Walmart keeps my drink cold a lot longer than the Stanley, but the Stanley comes with a straw, and also it actually fits in my book bag, so not too bad. Also, going back to school, I'm thinking about making, I made a video at the end of my freshman year about things that I learned during freshman year, and I'm thinking about making another video like that, like things that I learned while in college. I don't know. If you want to see that video, let me know. If there's any other videos that you want to see, let me know. But yeah, I'm thinking about making a video like that. Okay, I had to pause my recording for a second and I totally forgot what I was talking about. Slay. But yeah, moving on to the next spread. This is my tasks list and my habits. I have certain habits that I track every month, but I'm thinking about changing them, which is why I didn't write any titles for the habit trackers. Going back to videos that I want to make this year, I wanted to do like a transformation video where I tracked like my fitness journey for the year, but obviously, well, not obviously because you wouldn't know, but I tried it and I tried to start it in February and it didn't work out, and then I tried to start it in the summer and that also didn't work out. But to be honest, nothing was working out during the summer. I was going through it, but I think that I'm gonna start it. No, I'm not gonna say I think. I'm gonna start it in a couple of days. Actually, September 1st, I'm gonna start it because, and I feel like this is fate because I was already planning on starting it in September, and I just was reading through my syllabus and I have a project to do for my behavior modification class where I have to choose a behavior that I want to change and I have to document it. So it's kind of like perfect. Not only do I want to do it, but now I kind of have to do it. And I'm gonna do a total transformation video. So not just fitness, but it also include my style, because right now my style is like leggings and a jacket. That's what I wear all the time, and I want to have more clothing options because 99% of my clothing is black and white, and I realize that when I go on camera it looks like I'm wearing the same thing every day, but it's not that I'm wearing the same thing every day. I'm not wearing the same clothes, but I have the same exact outfit multiple times, and it's really crazy. But I want to elevate my style. I want to have a better skincare routine. What else do I want to change? I don't know. I'll think of some more stuff. Well, I have it written down somewhere, but we'll go through that later. Okay, back to the bullet journaling theme. As we've seen, I've been doing like Greek-inspired statues and architecture, and really what got me interested in Greek art was I took a course called Art History my freshman year. I actually made a video about taking notes for that class, and when I tell you, I loved that class. That was one of my most favorite classes that I've ever taken, and and learning about all the different architecture styles and statue styles was really fun. I feel like the class could have been, I don't know, the class was mainly focused on memorizing what specific look was from what era, so that part of it I didn't really like, but I did like looking at art and learning about the history behind it. I'm also trying a new spread in this month where I'm doing like a media tracker. I have a journal that I was trying to dedicate to content creation, but I never really kept up with that journal. I feel like maybe it was just too many journals because I have my bullet journal and then I have my life journal, which I use both of those every day, and trying to have a content journal on top of that, just, I don't know, it just wasn't working out. Maybe I'll try again next year, but we'll see. We will see. Speaking of next year, I'm really excited to look for new journals. As I've already said in this video, I have a stationery addiction, and this year has been kind of good for me because I haven't bought that many journals. I bought 2 new journals this year, and typically I have multiple journals. Like, I'll have one half of the year in one journal and then the other half of the year in another journal. So I'm at least buying 4 journals a year. But this year, maybe it's because I skipped a month. I don't know why I've been able to fit like the whole year in this journal. I am kind of confused. Maybe it's because I don't do as many spreads as I used to do. I don't know. But through all that talking, we have finished our bullet journal setup. So let's see the flip through. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, I'm glad because I enjoy making these videos for you. Don't forget to stay hydrated and smile today, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!